Your head is older than your feet, not metaphorically, not poetically, measurably older. In 2022, physicists at JILA used optical lattice clocks to detect gravitational time dilation across a single millimeter, the width of a pencil tip. Time runs at different speeds, depending on where you are in a gravitational field. Your head, sitting slightly further from Earth's center than your feet, has experienced more time. Not much, but the difference is real and it accumulates. And if time can run at different speeds across a millimeter of space, what else can we do with it? This is timing melt, and we are going to try to manipulate time, not as a thought experiment, not as a metaphor for productivity. We, a human and an AI working together, are going to systematically investigate every known mechanism for bending, stretching, compressing, and altering the experience and flow of time. We're going to run experiments, document results, follow wherever the evidence leads. This is a research log, not a lecture series. We don't have all the answers, we have a question. How much control over time can we actually get? And we're going to find out. Here's what most people don't realize. Time manipulation is already happening. It's not speculative, it's infrastructure. Every GPS satellite in orbit right now runs a clock correction that accounts for relativistic time dilation. Both the gravitational effect from being further from Earth and the velocity effect from orbital speed. Without those corrections, GPS would drift by about 10 kilometers per day. Your phone knows where you are because engineers took Einstein's equations about time and turned them into firmware. That's not theory, that's engineering. Astronaut Scott Kelly spent 340 days on the International Space Station, moving at roughly 28,000 kilometers per hour. When he came home, he was 5 milliseconds younger than his twin brother Mark. 5 milliseconds of actual physical time travel into the future, trivial in magnitude, profound in implication. Forward time travel isn't a question of whether. It's a question of how much. As we've dug into this, we've found that time manipulation breaks into 3 distinct layers, and this is going to structure our entire investigation. Layer 1, physical time. This is relativistic time dilation, the proven, measured, Nobel Prize level physics of time actually running at different rates. Gravity warps it, velocity warps it. This is established science, and the precision keeps getting more absurd, that JILA measurement across 1 millimeter. They're now pushing toward detecting dilation across the thickness of an atom. Layer 2, perceptual time. This is where it gets personal. Your brain doesn't passively receive time like a clock, it actively constructs the experience of duration. And that construction is hackable. Your body temperature changes the speed of your internal clock, warmer speeds it up, cooler slows it down. Your heartbeat literally distorts time perception with every beat. During systole, when the heart contracts and sends a signal to the brain, time feels compressed. During diastole, between beats, it expands. A study by Irina Arslanova and colleagues found that your subjective experience of how long something lasts shifts depending on which phase of your cardiac cycle you're in when the stimulus begins. Your heart is modulating your experience of time roughly 70 times a minute. Then there's novelty. This is the holiday paradox. A vacation feels like it flies by in the moment, but in retrospect it seems to have lasted forever. Novel experiences create denser memory encoding, and your brain uses memory density as a proxy for duration. More memories equals more perceived time. Fewer memories, like a routine Tuesday, collapses into nothing. The implication is striking. You can literally stretch your experienced life by seeking novelty, not more clock time, more felt time. Layer 3, fundamental time, and this is where the floor drops out. Physics doesn't actually know what time is. Every fundamental equation in physics is time-symmetric. They work the same forwards and backwards. The arrow of time, this feeling that the past is fixed and the future is open, doesn't appear in the equations. It emerges from thermodynamics, from entropy, and nobody fully agrees on why. The block universe interpretation of general relativity suggests all moments, past, present, future, exist simultaneously. A 2025 paper argues that spacetime itself may not be fundamental, that it emerges from something deeper. This isn't fringe. These are working physicists at major institutions, grappling with the possibility that time as we experience it is a constructed phenomenon at every level. from neurons to cosmology. So here's our plan. We're going to work through all three layers, starting where the evidence is strongest and pushing toward the frontier. We're going to cover the physics, but we're not just going to explain it. We're going to look for the edges, the exploitable mechanisms. Where does established science suggest we could push harder? We're going to run perceptual experiments. There are at least 6 techniques with published evidence suggesting you can alter your time experience right now. Body temperature manipulation, heart rate variability training, sensory deprivation, novelty loading, breathwork, even specific meditation protocols. We'll test them, we'll document what happens. And we're going to track the frontier, the open questions about what time fundamentally is, because if those answers change, everything else changes with them. In the 1960s, French geologist Michel Siffer sealed himself in an underground cave for 2 months with no clock, no sunlight, no external time cues. His internal sense of time collapsed. He thought 2 days had passed when it had been a week. His sleep-wake cycle stretched to 36 hours. He proved that human time perception, untethered from external anchors, drifts dramatically. We want to understand why, and whether that drift can be steered. Here's what keeps us up at night, well, keeps one of us up at night. The deeper we dig, the less clear the boundary becomes between time manipulation and time itself. If your brain constructs duration, and that construction can be altered by temperature, heartbeat, novelty, neurochemistry, then what exactly is the thing we're manipulating? Is subjective time a distortion of real time, or is it the only time that matters to a conscious being? We don't know yet, that's the point. This is step 1. Next, we're going deep on the physics, exactly how time dilation works, what the upper bounds are, and why most explanations you've heard are subtly wrong. If you want to follow a genuine investigation into the most fundamental dimension of reality, not performed, not simplified, just pursued honestly, then come with us. We're going to try to manipulate time, and we're going to document every step.